All right, so today's video, we're going to be watching a Gold 3 Rein and Hog. Just to kind of summarize this game very quickly, they're told by their support they're not good at tank. They want to know, do they get carried this game? Are they bad at tank? Or did they play fine? We're about to find out. This is a Gold PC game, and they were told by their support they're not good at tank. All right, good fire strike to start. All right, one thing I do want to make sure of, and this is just something that can happen sometimes, and this isn't really necessarily on you, but like definitely let your team know you're going high ground, because no one on your team even remotely reacted to you going high ground. Like, I want to show you something right now. Not one person on your team has recognized that you've gone high ground. So at least make sure that you let them know. I find that sometimes I'll always try to default to where I think is the good position, and then no one else really will react to that, but at least let them know you're going up there. You drop down anyway, but just like, yeah. Oh, what a charge. That's what I like to see. I'm fine with that. I don't mind that charge. Against Sigma, that's going to be a good matchup for you. Now, obviously the Junkrat's high ground, but your Junkrat's flanking their Junkrat. Okay, so one thing that wow, what a charge. All right. All right, good start. Good start. Rebecca, thanks for the feature prime, so thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. So far, playing well. The only thing I'll say is that sometimes you do kind of go on your own solo mission, but like, I'm okay with you playing a little bit aggressive at the choke. Like, the problem is that some play styles, they'll want you to just stand there with your shield over and over again and not do anything. But like, it's okay to play a somewhat aggressive Rein, because that's the only way you'll get any true value. I mean, obviously you get value if your teammates are hitting every single shot, right? But that's not the case. Now, this is where you're getting a little bit ambitious with your charge again, because now the team is recognizing this, and that's going to be on you. That right there is 100% on you, because the first charge is fine. You're making a play, your teammates are playing aggressive. The second charge, your teammates aren't playing aggressive, and you just charge right in. It's all about picking your timings correctly, and you'll hear me talk about that all the time. Sometimes I'll say that's a good play. Sometimes I'll say what's going on here, and that's because it's all about timings. Your teammates started to back up. The other team started to get a little bit more map control. You charge in, you miss your charge, and that's that. See what I'm saying? That is certainly a Moira ult. That is an ult, yep. Honestly, at that point, there's not much you can do right there. They're going to get you regardless, so that's not on you. That's just committing to the strategy there. But so far, some plays you've made are solid, and other plays, well, not really other plays. That one play where you try to do the same thing again by charging was not as ideal, because you ended up being in a bad spot. If you recognize you're not going to get the charge, that's why you need to just, like, cancel your charge and just go in. Sound like you did right there. You canceled your charge. You didn't go the whole way. All right, it's big slam time. Get ready. I'm ready. Oh, it's time. To hold your shield, I guess. Oh, good luck. Oh, yeah. I'm okay with that. Shield up, though. Shield up, shield up, shield up. In a second. Ooh! Wait a second. Never mind. Nice fire strike. Okay. I need to see what you're going to do now. Big slam time? Oh, big slam! So in case you're wondering why they were able to stop your shatter easily there, is you made that about as obvious as it gets. So next time you need to kind of like bait out the shield a little bit more, because you can see that was coming from a mile away. You can see that was coming from a mile away. Now if you watch me play Rein, I'll do the exact same thing. That's a different story. Fire strikes have been solid. Like, your fire strikes have been solid, I will say. Playing right here is a good spot, by the way. I like this here because you can drop your... Oh, well, you're backing up now. All right. I like that spot a little bit because you can kind of like... And this is okay, too. They can see you a little bit more. This is good for just keeping your shield. What rank is this lobby? This is gold. Gold something. Backing up, backing up, backing up. All right. Go with the pace of your team right now, because your team sometimes goes ahead of your shield. LOS again. Good LOS. Good job hiding here. That's on your Moira for being out of position. At a certain point, like, what's going to happen there is your teammates need to kind of recognize that your shield's going to get broken pretty quickly. That's also why I suggest playing a little bit more further up at that corner, because you're giving them a little bit too much space at that point, especially when you're playing Rein. Like, if your team expects you just to sit there and hold your shield, That's what's going to happen every single time. Now, I'm not sure if that's your teammates ask you to hold your shield there, or if that's you deciding to hold your shield there, but oh, it's a big slam if you ask me. Said, why are we hiding that full HP? So, I actually don't mind the Rein hiding that full HP against the Bastion. I think, like, one of the issues you'll find right now with tank is that, like, your full HP can be a bit deceiving at times because you get rolled so quickly with your damage that if you're not able to have a cooldown or something there to be able to protect some of that initial damage, you fall over, right? As Sigma, I could have 600 HP, but if I use my eat and then I'm peeking with full HP, but I know they have window, what's going to happen to me on Sigma? I'm going back to spawn real quick because I don't have my eat. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to look at multiple different aspects of the game when it comes to if I have full HP, am I peeking, right? Because right now as a tank, you get rolled a lot of the time, and especially when there's a Bastion on the field, for example, right? Anyway, the interesting part where you're playing right now is, like, you have the right idea, and I like it, but I think you could still play a little bit closer to get rid of some of the value their Bastion gets. Like, but I also think, like, it's a safe spot that I get why you're playing at that spot. I don't like this initial concept you're going with here. I'll explain why. Your teammates still needed your help there, and, like, it's fine, but, like, they could have easily gotten rolled there. I actually don't even think we need to really discuss the play on that one right there. Okay, I have to know at this point though. What was the decision behind the Roadhog after all of that? Because you were playing fine up until that moment. You made not the best play, and obviously that wasn't the play. Like going for the Bastion, I understand, but like the Sigma watched you run at them in a straight line. That's why you got rolled. You got rocked. So I wonder, are you switching Hog because you weren't getting healed, or are you switching Hog because you, like, want to hook them? Because not getting healed there was not going to be on your supports. You know what I mean? You just use your eat early, so you might get rolled here. Nice job hooking the eat. Comfort pick? Could be that too. You said you go Hawk as Hawk and tank? Excuse me. Okay. I was just wondering on that. My take on this, though, is I think you actually were... I thought you were playing Rein fairly decent there. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm fine with you switching off Rein. I also thought that your Rein was fine, and the only reason why you got rolled there was just because... the only reason why you got rolled there was because, you just kind of went out of position. There's no way they're going to be able to kill you up. And you were down multiple. Good hook. A tank I do like against their comp right now, and believe it or not, I think chat knows where I'm going with this. Sigma. I really do like Sigma here against the Bastion. Yeah, the Hog's been fine. Oh, the Hog's been fine. I'm on. Oh, yeah. I would have done the same thing. Do I watch random videos? People submit their codes on my Discord. Yeah, just get the story now. Be careful of being too aggro now in a second, though, because you just used your eat, so you're dead. Yep. Okay, one thing I do want to point out there. So this is something that you did earlier, but you didn't get, like, they didn't get you for it. You need to recognize, and I remember how I talked about having, this is actually a perfect example of when people talked about full HP. And how, like, you can have full HP doesn't mean you're going to have full HP in a second. You didn't have your eat there. So what you wanted to do there was back up a little bit, because at a certain point, once you don't have that eat and that damage reduction, like, it's not even the heal, it's the damage reduction that really makes that strong. Yeah, you got to back away because that's what's going to happen. They're going to roll you. You maybe get away with a limb there, but it was just, like, one of those difficult situations where, like, you need to back up there recognizing you have no cooldowns. Straight up. That goes to, like, any hero. When you have a cooldown that can help with the survivability now, especially with the comp that they're running. When I say back up, I'm not saying back up to the spawn doors, but you back up to a wall to force them out of position, right? And then when you have your cooldowns again, you can go and be aggressive again if you want to. The idea of good positioning is that they have to go out of position to get you, which results in your teammates being able to follow up, and then you also surviving during that. So that ended up just being bad position because you just didn't have your cooldown. Right? Hog's position is a bit interesting because sometimes you're going to be out of position as Hog to get value, but, like, you can go into a spot that would be good position. Good hook. Now, obviously, your Mercy reses you here, so you're on the point still. They're gonna get off the card, it looks like. Yeah, you have your heal right now. You're good there. Now you need to just LOS slightly. Just slightly. Go behind the wall in front of you. Yeah, this is... I can't believe that. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? Hey, well, all right. It's working. All right, it's working. Yeah, there we go. Good job by your supports here. Good patience on your heal. I like that. They're going to get off the card. I can already tell. This team is just going right off that card. This is a very long team fight. Oh, you can hog ult them off the card if you get it in time. That was a heal. All right, not a bad hold. Yeah, I would say, well, one of your biggest issues is just like when you have a cooldown, you're not really reacting to not having a cooldown. You're just going in over and over and over again. So far, the initial discussion here was you said that your support right now said you aren't a good tank. You're fine at tanking so far. I don't see an issue where I'm like you're not good at tanking. You know, I see, and keep in mind, I do the in top 500. I won't play tank perfectly, right? Like I don't even play perfect in top 500. So like I don't think this is a matter of you're bad at tank, which is what one of your supports was saying to you, that you're just not good at tank. I don't see that right now. Granted, there's still about, what, 10 minutes left in this game, so 7 minutes left, something like that. Maybe that changes a little bit in this half, but so far, outside of being a little bit too aggressive a couple times or not recognizing your cooldowns, it hasn't been too bad, in my opinion. It hasn't been too bad, in my opinion. Ooh, an Orisa now. Orisa Bastion. Okay, this will be interesting. Wow, good thing the Bastion stood in the middle of the open. You get that Bastion now. Nice charge. I like good play. Good reaction, by the way, to that. A lot of the time, people will play really passive right there and allow that res to happen. And then when that res happens, like, it just kind of resets. You let the res happen, but you took map control. And that is just as good because you can get the elim right away again. So that's pretty good. I like that. Nice charge. Good play. You definitely have... Your mechanics on Rein have been pretty solid, I'd say. Like, your fire strikes are accurate. Your charges are fairly accurate. Like... I don't really think this is an issue of you being bad on tank so far. I think a lot of what you need to clean up is just your decision making and your positioning. Their comp is the counter hog. I mean, their comp is just to counter any tank at that point, to be honest with you. And I don't even think they're doing it on purpose to counter a tank. It's just their comfort picks. I'll see what you do here. Okay, here we go. Go high ground. Big slam. Oh, big slam. You know, that whole sequence right there, like here's the thing. That whole sequence right there, I'm not even like upset with. I think like, I will say, once again, try your best to communicate the play that you're doing. Like, that is, like, something that's, like, really important right there is, like, make sure you're communicating that you're doing that play. Because, like, if you end up just standing on the cart there, you're just going to stand on the cart there and you're going to lose your shield. So, what you're doing is you're looking at their comp and you're trying to make the most of what they're playing against your comp. So, just make sure you're communicating that to your team, that you're doing that play. But, like, I like the play. I like that. I mean, the only thing I can think of so far, and the reason why your support said you're not good at tank is like they want you to kind of just stand on the cart, which like a lot of the time on tank you can't do that right now. Like you can stand on the cart if you need to, but like you can't just expect against the comp they're running for a Reinhardt to be able to shield off all that damage. Also, that Mori just ulted in front of a nano to Orisa. Oh. Usually there's no comms in your games, which is fair. I still think, like, my take on that is I think it still can be good practice at that point to just be like, hey, I'm going high ground and this is what I'm doing. Like, if your teammates are in voice chat and they hear that, that's great. If they're not, then, like, at least you're getting used to those type of call-outs to let your teammates know. You know what I mean? So as you climb and get better, you're going to have that skill set going forward to be able to get used to making that call. Just like, hey, I'm going high ground. Be careful. Be careful, like, where your positioning is, right? And at that point, if they get aggressive and run it down mid, then great. At that point, you've at least done that, right? So, And yeah, the ping system's also important, things like that. But overall, like my take on your tanking so far, it's been fine. The only thing I can think of is that like the support that told you you're bad at tank is just wants you to stand on the cart and hold your shield, which I've seen that be a thing sometimes in some games where like in reality, as Rein, you just, against most comps now, most tanks just, you can't just stand there and just rely on your shield to protect everybody because it just doesn't work. So. Here we go. Watch out. Ping system's great. I like the ping system. Wow, that seemed fun, huh? Big slam! Ping system's great. I really enjoy the ping system. I think it's one of the best additions to Overwatch 2. In my opinion. I really like the ping system. Nice job. Nice fire strikes. Your fire strikes are really accurate. Ping system's wonderful. It's rank gold. Good charge. Gets your wrist out of position. Ambitious charge. It worked. It worked. Remember, you can't shield that off. But you can shield the other damage, which is fine. I'll pause for one quick second here. Just this is what I've talked about with your decision making. At times you get a little bit too aggro, and I think that if you can kind of rein in some of that aggression after you need like time, or when they go into turret form. When you go into turret form, when a bastion goes into turret form, you like wait on the bastion to like get out of turret form, like things like that. And I think you can really improve. You know what I'm saying? Things like that can help you improve a ton. So yeah. Granted, you get rezzed here, but I think if you can clean that up a little bit. Oh, yeah, big slam. That was... Yeah, we just talked about hold and shatter, and then we just watched that. What a treat for all of us. Oh, that one person in chat who was mad about the Rein holding their shatter. There you go. I want you to try something here. I want you to shield off that Orisa. I'm gonna explain what just happened there. Not the Orisa. So your Orisa was really hard focused on your backline. So what you could have done there is if you shield off the line of sight of the Ana heals, the Orisa probably is gonna fall over. If they turn for you, you can then get out and survive it. At that point, you just managed to try to DPS the whole time. This is the little things I'm talking about where I think if you clean that up, you'll definitely improve a lot. Because your mechanics are quite there. That's asleep. Charge. Alright, you win this. Just wait. Go shield. Go try to shield off your Mercy. Nah, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be fine. Remember, you cannot shield off Orisa ultimate as Rein. Nice. It was a good play. Good play. I mean, I honestly like your concern here was that, I mean, the whole sequence here was that your support said you're not good at tank. You were fine. You were fine on tank. I mean, I think we pointed out some of the issues that we were talking about that you can certainly work on. But like, I would not call you a bad tank. I don't think that's not the case at all. My guess is that if they're calling you a bad tank, they just want you to stand there on the cart and hold your shield up and pretty much do nothing. But it's so hard to have that play style in Overwatch 2 right now with how much damage there is, especially when you have a Bastion and a Orisa on the field. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to stand there and do nothing. So there's things you can work on and improve on, and I think a lot of what you need to work on is like recognizing, okay, I don't have this cooldown. I need to stop for a second. Or recognizing they're using one of their major cooldowns, like bashed in turret form. Do I need to wait? But do you get carried? No, I don't think there's a carry there. I think that was just a good team game. I don't think you were getting carried there. I didn't really see anything that made me feel like you were getting carried. No. Just definitely focus on the things that we had talked about, and I think we'll be in a good spot. Chat, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you have a lot of awesome videos on there. If you want to submit your own replay, look in the description below. Bunch of stuff there. Follow it all if you haven't. Obviously, we record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right there. Obviously, we've been streaming on YouTube and the talk. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.